So in chapter 102 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, a miracle occurred? Gohan is confirmed to finally have his head out of his ass after it was lodged way up there for far too long. He's finally learned that maybe he should be ready if any other threats threaten his planet, family and loved ones. So now all the weirdo Gohan fanboys in my comments from my last couple of videos are coming at me with some dumb shit like, oh, we should be happy for Gohan, that he should be a complacent, lazy idiot who's not ready to defend his loved ones, because he doesn't like fighting. Now they can all piss off and send their complaints to Toyotarou himself. On the note of Toyotarou, I think I should sing his praises more in regard to how he's always tried to right the ship with Gohan after Toriyama kept ruining his character. Like in the Goku Black arc in the manga, Gohan states that he's been training in the gravity room just in case he's needed, and in the Moro arc, Gohan pulled up fresh from a conference in his ultimate form ready to defend the planet. And I always liked this exchange between Gohan and Goku. While yes, Gohan doesn't love fighting like Goku does, he still takes some pride and responsibility in defending the planet as he should. But then Superhero happened, and then Toriyama continued with his lame, lazy, unmotivated Gohan from Resurrection F, and gave him an equally lazy BS power-up as opposed to actual meaningful character development for Gohan. But now that Toyotarou is finally free from Toriyama's script, he can continue writing for a Gohan who actually has learnt his lesson and is continuing to train. Not to mention, the cringe edgelord personality that Beast Gohan had was toned down in the Superhero manga and is now completely absent as he does battle against Ultra Instinct Goku. So yeah, let's talk about this chapter's titular battle, as right off the bat it confirms I was right in my Dragon Ball Super tier list video, wherein I said that Beast Gohan was leagues beyond Super Saiyan Blue tier, obviously, leaving Beast Gohan down players on that pure copium right now. As for the fight itself, it was nothing spectacular feat-wise or especially art-wise, I'm not gonna lie, but I did really like this panel here, which I colored myself. It was the first time I tried coloring a manga for the thumbnail, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. Although it's a shame about the lack of detail on Gohan's gi, I'll admit that. But you know what else is a shame? The fact that for a chapter titled Gohan vs Goku, the aforementioned battle only lasted for 5 pages out of a 45-page manga. And the fight might not even finish, as Beerus is now getting frustrated that his planet is getting destroyed. Like, I swear to God, if he one-shots Beast Gohan and Ultra Instinct Goku Black Frieza style, I'm going to lose it, because this manga Beerus agenda has just gotten ridiculous at this point. It has to be stopped. But the reason why Goku vs Gohan was so short was because a lot of this chapter was eaten up by Gohan fighting Goten and Trunks, which was a kind of fun fight. I really did like the exchange wherein Goten and Trunks are the ones who named Gohan's ultimate form. It gave me like this weird surreal feeling, like that this name for a transformation for a form of Gohan that we've known in merchandise and video games for decades didn't actually exist in canon until last week. It's like when Gogeta named himself in Dragon Ball Super Broly, even though Fusion Reborn came out almost 20 years? More? Yeah, over 20 years before Broly came out. Fusion Reborn was already a thing and we already knew who Gogeta was. But with Goten and Trunks naming the ultimate form and Gohan saying that Piccolo named the beast form, this means that Gohan hasn't named any of the transformations that he's introduced to the franchise. Like Goku is the one who gave Super Saiyan 2 the name all the way back in the Buu saga. But unfortunately, all my goodwill to Goten and Trunks evaporated the moment that they pulled the fat Gotenks gag again. Like, please stop doing it, Toyotarou Toriyama. It was never really all that funny. It was maybe chuckle-worthy the first time, alright? Especially since the dialogue seems to imply that an actual true teenage Gotenks has happened, but it's just happened off-screen when they were training together. If anything, this is a wasted potential not to have Vegeta defuse them with a spirit fission and remind the audience that that exists. You know, that would make a decent gag. Another funny gag would have been if Goten and Trunks fused properly into Teenage Super Saiyan Gotenks, and then this triggered Broly, who then gets flashbacks, PTSD flashbacks, to that time Gogeta whipped his ass. On the note of Broly, what's the deal with him anyway? I know that there was a dumb debate as to whether or not he should do yoga, but I don't really care about that. I want to know more about the character, what he thinks, what he's feeling. Like, it's as though he has no internal monologue. He just blandly reacts to things going on around him. That's not much of a character. Like, why does he desire strength in the first place? Is it just his Saiyan instincts? Does he want to control himself so that he doesn't go berserk with power and harm his friends? I mean, his world has been turned upside down recently. His father then died, and then now he's essentially a refugee leaving the only home he really knew. Like, what does he feel about all this going on? Like, does he even know that Frieza is the one who killed his father in the first place? What will that information do to him? I hope he gets more focus in the upcoming chapters, as right now he's left wondering how Goku and Vegeta managed to have 3 sons. Man, I wonder if Paragus ever bothered teaching Broly about where babies come from. Thoughts for later, I guess. As for right now, let's go back to focusing on Son Goku in this chapter, as right off the bat, he was like, Gohan, Beast, Yubi, let's fight right now. Goten and Trunks, you can come too, I guess. And they went straight to Beerus' planet. And when they get there, boom, straight into Ultra Instinct. Let's go, let's throw hands. And Beerus and Whis basically confirm, and Goku confirms that this is his strongest form. Hopefully this confirms that we won't see that true Ultra Instinct again, because that was always really dumb. It just retconned Goku's mastery of Ultra Instinct in the Moro arc in order to make Bardock relevant. Like, it was just unnecessary and modeled things for no reason. I hope it doesn't come back. Please, Toyotarou. Oh yeah, and since we're talking about Ultra Instinct Goku in this chapter, it's time for me to go on a tangent because I noticed a very small but very interesting detail about Ultra Instinct Goku in this chapter. But before we get onto that, it's time for a brief word from today's sponsor, Raycon Earbuds. Raycon's everyday earbuds have been a lifesaver for me, as I've long since grown tired of earbuds from other companies constantly falling out of my ears, and I've even lost one before. But with Raycons, their form-fitting design means that they stay where they are supposed to because of their optimized gel tips. This has been especially useful for the gym, where I can run and jump with no fear of my earbuds falling out and getting dirty. All this isn't even getting into the fact that Raycons are way more affordable at half the price of other premium audio brands, while still providing a high quality listening experience with features such as noise isolation and awareness mode for whether you want to be fully locked in or aware of your surroundings. Raycon earbuds does all of this with a massive 32-hour battery life. So to help support the channel and to get a great deal on a great product, click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/cage to get 20% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. Thank you Raycon for sponsoring this video. Alright, continuing from where I left off, this chapter marks the very first time that we see the initial draft Toriyama made for Ultra Instinct Goku all the way back in 2017 actually used in the series itself. Cage, what the hell are you talking about, I hear you ask? Well, you see, I noticed a trend. When Toriyama would draft these new forms for Goku in the movies, their introductory appearance would match the draft exactly. Super Saiyan God's appearance was that of a skinnier, red-headed base form Goku in a fully intact Goku Gi, just as Toriyama drafted. Super Saiyan Blue appeared as a Blue Super Saiyan in a fully intact Whiski, just as Toriyama drafted. But for Ultra Instinct, Toriyama drew it as a silver-haired Goku in a fully intact Goku Gi, but that's not what we got in the anime. It was slightly redesigned, given wilder hair, made more muscular, and introduced when Goku was already battle damaged. This is probably due to the unorthodox way Ultra Instinct Goku came into being, which I outlined in my video here. Then in the manga version of the Tournament of Power, Ultra Instinct Goku's appearance was closer to Toriyama's draft, but again was introduced when Goku was already battle damaged. Not to mention that Goku wasn't even wearing his Goku Gi in the first place. Then in the Moro arc, Toyotarou took clear inspiration from how the Dragon Ball Super anime introduced Ultra Instinct, complete with Goku already being battle damaged, buffer, having wilder hair, and lastly in the Granola arc, Goku was wearing a new Whiski. Therefore, it's only now in this chapter that we see Ultra Instinct Goku wearing a fully intact Goku Gi, and he's not even as muscular now. He's a Super Saiyan God recolor, just as Toriyama always intended, with some fans genuinely mistaking Ultra Instinct Goku in this chapter for Super Saiyan God Goku when the leaks were making the rounds. But as for how Ultra Instinct was portrayed in a fighting capacity this chapter, yeah, it's no longer really special at all, is it? It's just another new Super Saiyan now. It didn't display any of the signature finesse that Ultra Instinct is known for, especially now that it's being matched by Gohan's arsepool beast form. Yeah, like I know I said that manga Gohan is better, but Beast Gohan is still an arsepool. But it's one that I've learned to accept. You know, like how it made no sense from a storytelling perspective for Gero to be able to make androids stronger than Super Saiyans. But then again, at least Toriyama had the excuse of having editorial pressures to introduce 17 and 18, but he doesn't have much of an excuse for superhero, and now people are trying to tell me that because Gohan got mad as an infant, that just justifies Beast Gohan. And maybe I need to make just one more video about this, just to put this whole thing, just to address why Beast is objectively an arsepool transformation. But that's a video for a different day. But okay, let's get the positive vibes going again, because this whole chapter felt like a fanservice apology for the 12-month superhero recap that nobody wanted. Like, it's straight to business, straight to Beerus's planet, Gohan vs Goku. Even Goten and Trunks finally came to Beerus's planet, along with Carmine, and Henchman 15, who's now been promoted to Cameraman 15, good for him. But I am left wondering, like, where is this all going? We're still in the superhero epilogue part of the story. Because another thing I have to commend Toyotarou for is that he got onto these new stories quick in the Dragon Ball Super manga. The Moro arc started in the exact same chapter that the Tournament of Power ended, and the Granola arc was a organic continuation from the fallout of the Moro arc. Meanwhile, things are just kind of going with the flow with no real direction right now. Like, there's still Black Frieza, you know, but with Fusion on the table, how much of a threat really is he? There are 6 Saiyans on Beerus's planet now, 6 pure-hearted Saiyans. Super Saiyan God Broly, maybe? Are we going into the end of Z, the last chapters of the manga? If so, there's gonna have to be retcons galore, like Bulma's age, the line about not seeing Goku for years. Right now, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks are all fired up to fight and train, unlike End of Z. But one thing that won't have to be retcon though is Fraud Jeter. Bro just can't hang, I'm afraid. But maybe what we're seeing here is a last hurrah of fan service before the Super manga ends, as this year marks the year that Dragon Ball Daima is set to take over. But I guess only time will tell. See guys, I had some nice things to say in this chapter. I'm not super critical and super harsh on Dragon Ball Super all the time. But if you're also finding Broly a bit bland like I was, did you know that he also takes inspiration from the Monkey King just like Goku? To find out more about that, click this video over here. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and stay locked into the cage. Peace out.